Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for staying with us. Thank you, Philippe, and the BBI Consortium for inviting me. I know we are getting closer to the finish line of the marathon, but finishing part must be the best one. I've run several marathons as well, so I know that very well. My goal is to explain Michelin's perspective on the bio-based industry. Michelin only joined the BIC earlier this year, but we have been in bio-based materials for long. Let's come back a little bit on the history of my company. Michelin has been recognized for long as a leader in innovative and quality tire manufacturing. It all started with a bicycle tire patent in the late 19th century. Not as old as this morning company, but still quite old. And then it has gone through many innovations across the 20th century and after. Radial tires, green tires, twill, airless tire, large earth mover tires, the cross-climate tire line, so on and so forth. Michelin has also been very well known for its reputation to develop its innovation from inside, in what I would call an organic way, with high level of protection of its know-how. It is fair to say that this protection part of the story is true. I would say it was true. What's new with Michelin? You may have seen recently a few announcements that are still very much in line with the quality innovation, but less focused on the pneumatic tire itself. In June 2018, at the Moving On Mobility Summit in Montreal, Michelin unveiled its Vision Concept tire. Not a real tire that you can mount on your car, but more an expression of sustainable mobility in the tire in future. It represents a set of innovation we are currently working on. Airless tire, connected with rechargeable tread, and of course with recycled and biosourced materials. This year, at the same Moving On Summit, Michelin Optis, the new airless wheel technology for cars, was presented, but this time in a more concrete co-development project with a market target in 2024, along with our partner, General Motors. But what is more remarkable is that Michelin has gone less and less internal. It started with AddUp, a 50% Michelin FIV joint venture for global additive solutions in 3D metal printing. Another similar JV was announced 2 weeks ago with Faurecia on hydrogen mobility solutions. In 2017, Michelin acquired the Lehigh Technologies, a company based in Tucker, Georgia, that turns end-of-life tires into micronized rubber powder that can be reintroduced into tires, but not only into tires. In 2018, Michelin acquired Fener, an 800 million euro company that produces sells highly engineered textile reinforced product, rubber goods, such as belts, hoses, sealing solution, and even medical implants. And finally, last month, Michelin also communicated on 2 R&D projects for bio-based molecules, BioButterfly and BioImpulse, that I will detail later on. Firstly, what shows this recent communication is that Michelin is more and more expanding its strategy far beyond the tire. In our 4-triangle strategic model, the most important source of expected growth is relative to the new ambition to valorize Michelin's broad know-how in high-tech materials. Michelin has built up over 130 years of competencies covering almost all the value chain, from primary feedstock, natural rubber, steel, and component, synthetic rubber, textile, to semi-finished products, compound reinforced fabrics, mostly focused on the very demanding tire application. The new ambition is now to continue developing materials for tires, but also develop profitable businesses in other rubber goods, applications such as thinner, I just mentioned, and in circular bioeconomy. Once again, Lehigh Technology produces MRP, micronized rubber powder, not only to recycle into Michelin tires, but also for other tire manufacturers, and for instance, asphalt applications. ResiCare intends to sell its revolutionary, friendly, and bio-based adhesive solutions for tires, but for other applications as well, such as wood board, wood plies, for instance. On the top of a triangle strategic model, we also have an all-sustainable model. Michelin has been for long in sustainability. Through radial tires and green tire innovation, and more recently, long-lasting performance promotion to fight against planned obsolescence. Our model has been relying on what we call the 4R approach. I'm assuming that it's very clear to everyone in the room that it is our way to represent the circular economy. If material is supporting every single of these 4 Rs, 2 of them are more intimately linked to materials, what we call the sustainable materials. The recycled one, because the end-of-life tire recycling materials are very important, and the renew one, with, of course, bio-based materials. We communicate that we would drastically increase our rate of sustainable materials in tires in the coming years, from the existing 28% with natural rubber to more and, with a 100% target on the long run. To that purpose, we have many projects running, and especially in the bio-based sector. Actually, our bio-based approach is in line with our history of innovation and quality. It all started very long ago in the old world by agronomical seed selection for better rubber trees 120 years ago. Of course, more recently, together with the WWF, we have developed a comprehensive, sustainable natural rubber approach encompassing farmers' practices, forest preservation, and even a smartphone application called Rubberway to ensure traceability. All technologies can be very modern too. Launched in 2012, the Bio Butterfly project aims to produce butadiene from ethanol derived from biomass. Currently sourced from oil, butadiene is a monomer that is polymerized into synthetic rubber used in tires. It roughly represents 16% of all our raw material supply, 16%. In partnership with IFPE and Accents and ADEME, under French Future Investment Programme, we recently announced the construction of an industrial prototype near Bordeaux, where Michelin is already producing synthetic rubber. Since 2017, ResiCare is the Michelin Group brand that reflects Michelin's commitment to promoting sustainable materials in its products and beyond. It aims to create a new adhesive resins, bio-based and without any of the so-called substances of very high concern. The BioImpulse project was first presented here in Brussels in October at the EFIB, European Forum for Industrial Biotechnology and Bioeconomy. The objective is to develop an industrial-scale fermentation production process of a molecule of interest at a lower cost than its oil-based equivalent. Coordinated by ResiCare, this collaborative project brings together major public and private French players and is also supported by ADEME. Beyond these two visible projects, our strategy is to very actively work along and across the different value chains. In the upstream part, we intend to collectively secure the biomass feedstock in such a way that it does not compete with the food chain or with land usage. We've talked about that a lot today. First generation is unfortunately the sole short-term solution for large volumes, but we have to anticipate the second generation of biomass, maybe other generations. The issue goes far beyond our company only, so we have to work collectively. At the other end of the chain, with a rigorous chain of custody, in our specific tire manufacturing processing chain, it would allow us to claim that a given tire is 100% biosourced. Another one could be different. So we can valorize this. We want to demonstrate the value for the customers in as many applications as possible. Once again, we cannot do it by ourselves. Not only by ourselves. In the mid-chain, we are fostering open innovation with academics, startups, SMEs, and other large companies. There are multiple and competing technical pathways. We cannot bet alone on one single technology. We want to collectively manage a portfolio of technologies and share the risks and rewards. To achieve these goals, we think that life cycle analysis is one of the most important key success factors. We truly believe that we cannot make good choices in terms of environmental impacts without accounting rigorously for the whole life cycle, including the end of life, which is critical to close the circular loop. It is not worth creating a bio-based materials and products if they are not recyclable or biodegradable. The last and not the least of the key success factor is once again acting across different value chains and ecosystems for faster and stronger innovation to market. It must not be a surprise to you if I say that in our current world, the only path to growth or even to survival is through a collective approach. I won't mention all the partners we are working with and that are on the slide. There are many of them. But you will very easily notice that the Biobased Industry Consortium is one of them. We are truly counting on in order to accelerate innovation from academics, startups, and SMEs to large companies, and to reduce the risk by sharing funding of a portfolio of initiatives. Consequently, Michelin very logically is expecting from the BBI-JU to expand its partnership to a much broader perimeter than before. We hope to participate to new European R&D projects that could lead to our future sustainable economy. I believe that we can easily claim, as a Michelin Group, that we bring a brand name that has been dedicated to sustainability since its early days. So much that we have developed over time expertise in materials, in sustainable materials, and especially in biosourced materials. But more importantly, we have consolidated knowledge in the close relationship between product performance in usage, the material properties, and their manufacturing processes. I guess the industrial in the room will understand what I mean by this. With our recent diversification in other rubber goods businesses, we can also offer many different types of application, such as hoses, belts, seals, medical. As a summary, I hope that I have convinced you how much bio-based materials were a pillar of Michelin's sustainable strategy. Michelin has always been innovative in sustainable material, in a tire first, and more recently beyond tire application. We have projects in progress and many more coming up that demonstrate our commitment to bio-based innovation. We sincerely believe collective action is a must to be a sustainable innovation leader in our world. And we think BBI-JU is a real opportunity to foster our ambitions and leverage our assets at the European scale to move fast and faster towards a sustainable economy. Thank you very much.